Welcome into the Tyus Bowser Show press box in 105.7 The Fan. We are at Guilford Hall Brewery once again in Station North. I am Glenn Clark. She is the NFL chick, Reeta Hubbard, and he is, of course, the host of our show. Would y'all please make some noise for Mr. Tyus Bowser? I am so glad you guys won on Sunday. I'm
glad too, man.
We could not do another show with an L. We just could not do it.
I can't imagine it.
You know how tough it is? You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but Reeta and I are actually preparing the show now, so we don't seem like we're actually doing some work the day of the show to be ready for it. Okay. And the number of ways that I've got to go, like, about pussyfooting around talking about losing a football game when you guys lose is a little unbearable, bro. So God bless y'all for winning that game on Sunday.
The boys they took care of business, so I'm happy for them.
No doubt about it. No doubt. All right, this week's show brought to you by our friends at Superbook. I think a lot of you might be thinking about maybe getting a ticket on the Orioles winning the World Series, perhaps, something that you're thinking about doing. Well, if you do it with Superbook, use the code GlennClark23, GLENNCLARK23, and when you do, you will receive up to $250 in a first bet match, win or lose. That's GlennClark23, Superbook.com. Download the Superbook app. You have a very special guest out with us tonight. You want to introduce everybody to him?
Yeah, man. One of my good friends, a guy that I actually, respect a ton. Just, number one, his energy. He always comes into the building positive and, probably one of the hardest workers here. And, that's one of our own running backs, one of the best in the league, Justice Hill.
Appreciate that introduction, dog.
All right, before we get started, I gotta tell you, Glenn can attest to this, and anybody that listens to our show can attest to this. I am in the Justice Hive.
Okay.
I'm in the Justice Hive. Yeah, I created something for you. I'm in the Justice Hive. I've been a proponent
it's
of
borderline
getting more
conspiracy theorist-ish. Like, she basically has a tinfoil hat on. Like, it's Brian Windhorst. What's going on with Justice Hill? Like, it's the whole.
I'm always like, Justice Hill needs to get more carries. So I am very. I'm proud of your coming up and you being a prominent part of this offense. I just want you to know that.
Thank you. Seems like it's been working.
Yeah, right.
I appreciate that.
You essentially have to thank Reeta. Justice, if I could have you hold the mic out like this, I know it's awkward, it's weird, but I appreciate it, man. All right, so let's just talk about it, right? I got to imagine it felt good. I know, Tyus, you're not out there with the guys, so it's a little bit different, but still, this is a division win on the road. This is 2-0 on the road in the division at this point, 3-1 to start the season. I feel like we could make some more noise about that too, right? Like, and it kind of gets the taste out of the mouth of what happened the week before, right? Like, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of good that came out of Sunday.
No, it was a lot of good, man. I mean, these guys really came, first quarter, running the ball, taking care of business, defense was flying around. And it was great to see, from the TV, at Federal Hill. But, but they did a good job.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But, I'm happy for these guys, man. It was just nice seeing them, go out there and make plays and, come out with a win, especially in Cleveland.
Justice, what does it mean to be sitting at 3-1, two road wins already in the division?
No, it feels amazing, man, because you put in a lot of work to get these wins. So each one, it really counts. And for us as an offense, we haven't even put it all together yet, and we still putting up points, still getting wins, and so we still just honing in our details, getting better every single day, and it's just exciting to see what the future really is going to hold. Even being 3-1 right now, even that one loss, it shouldn't even happen.
We agree.
It's going to be exciting to see our progress here in the next couple of weeks.
Definitely should be 4-0, but that's a conversation for another day. Speaking of offense, you already mentioned the fact that you guys are still putting it together. So let's talk about that. Kind of started off a little slow and then got that turnover that led to some points. And in the second quarter, it felt like it started gelling pretty organically. What changed in terms of how it became like, smooth sailing?
It's just momentum shifts. Like the game is about momentum shifts and keeping it when you have it, and when they get it, trying to stop it. And we got off to just a slow start, and then we finally got some momentum. B. Steve created that turnover for us, and that gave us the spark that we needed to get on the roll. And so, it's just momentum and keeping that thing. We got it.
I couldn't help but notice it also kind of coincided with there being a little more of Justice Hill on the field, too. Couldn't help but notice that it seemed to work that way, right? Doing it against what had been labeled, like, not just the best defense in football, but, like, was starting to be talked about as, like, one of the better defenses in recent NFL history. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be, like, a little bit of swagger that comes with that, right? Like, oh, yeah, how's that defense look?
No, it's looking good, man. I mean, I just feel like these guys have really honed into the culture, and they're all dialed in. I mean, I'm in meetings every day, and you just see these guys locked into the game plan. Mike does a great job at, setting us up for success. And for the most part, man, these guys come out here and play hard each and every day, during practice. And, just having great leaders, Roquan, a ton of other guys out there that's talking to them, motivating. And, you just see it come into play. You see it on Sundays how, things just work out well for us. And that's because we do it, first in the meeting room and then in practice.
Tyus, that was a beautiful, phenomenal answer, but I actually meant that everybody was talking about the Browns defense.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I get confused for a second. I was like,
I'm a little off. I thought he was talking about us, but hey.
I mean, it was wonderful.
Hey, go ahead.
Great answer.
No, they definitely
Wrong question.
My fault.
They definitely had some great players, Myles Garrett and J.O.K. in the middle. They had some great players and a great scheme. And I just really thought that going into the game, they hadn't really been tested. They hadn't really seen an offense like ours with Lamar Jackson at quarterback and the weapons that we have. And so it just kind of shocked them and try to get them unkiltered, get them easy, have them make checks and all that stuff that they weren't used to seeing. And so, I'm always confident in our offense that we're going to go out there and run the ball, be able to establish ourselves on offense. And so it doesn't matter who the opponent is, especially since we go against the best defense every single day in practice, going out there for the games are pretty easy. So,
number one defense, sure.
I see it every day in practice. I see the number one defense.
So Tyus, we talked a lot about over the years victory traditions. Justice, do you have any? Like after you win a game, is there something that you go do? Like, do you have anything that?
No, I have no tradition besides just going home and chillaxing.
All right.
With the fam.
That's not bad. That's not a bad way to celebrate a win. Of course, I know you got a little girl now, so that's not a bad way to go get home, see her, spend some time with her. That's a good thing to do.
Exactly. She keeps me busy.
Tyus, you mentioned you had to watch from a TV in Federal Hill.
I did.
And I noticed that you had sent like a picture of you being at church that morning, so I figured you weren't out there. What is it like for you to not be at a game? And do you watch it as, like, were you out with other people watching the game?
Yeah, I was.
And did they know who you were?
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
I would say like a few people did, but I think one guy, I was leaving out, and one of the guys was like, "Man, you should be out there." I'm like, where you at? And I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be out there soon." But I was at Spoons in Federal Hill. I went and ate brunch there, and then I kind of just watched the first quarter of the game before I went to what's that bar like right on the corner?
Yeah, I know.
I forgot the name of it, but
is it
I think it was Watershed.
Oh, Watershed. Okay, yes.
I think it was Watershed with the rooftop.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
I was there
Watershed.
watching the game as well. So, but I have a feel of how people just watch it on TV and just how anxious it is.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, are you freaking out play by play the way the rest of us are?
Absolutely. I remember I seen the one where they had the fumble, and I was just going crazy. I'm like, dog, man, what's going on here? And then I seen the throw with Lamar to Mark Andrews, and I was just going crazy. Like, it's different when you're watching it from TV than actually being there. So.
God, I wish we would have known. I would have loved to have had a camera on you during the course. Now you sound like Reeta. Like, that's what Reeta looks like when she watches the game.
I feel for y'all now, man. I feel for y'all. Like, for real. It's crazy.
Gotten better. I've gotten better.
See, now I understand you.
Thank you.
I understand you.
You understand now.
When you really care and you want to just see everybody doing good.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I got to ask this, right? I mean, when you guys are injured and you are watching it differently? Like, you were out with the people watching it, right? Is it a different vibe when you watch it that way as opposed to like watching it with yourself or watching it, with another teammate, or, is it because it is different? It's different for me, right? It's definitely different.
I definitely think it's different just because as a player, you're watching the game, but you're also kind of people watching as well. You see people talking about the game. They start talking about certain players or a certain part of the game. And I'm just
you weren't like about to get in a fight with someone.
no. I'm just kind of keeping it cool. I'm just kind of like listening and stuff. And I'm just like, it's just really just a comedy act. But it's different, man. It's real different.
It's like watching Twitter.
Literally, yes. Yes, for real.
The Tyus Bowser Show is brought to you by HelpMyGamblingProblem.org. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit HelpMyGamblingProblem.org for free confidential services. We are live from Guilford Hall Brewery, Press Box 1057 The Fan. Justice, Reeta, when she led into, right, it's kind of your story here. You have had to go through a lot and grind for every opportunity that you have had. You decided to come back and re-sign in Baltimore this offseason, despite having like no assurances that it was going to lead to a bigger role or more opportunities. What does it mean to you? Everything, all of the work that you've put in to now find yourself in this like more prominent offensive role this season, kind of all these years into your journey in the NFL?
Man, that's a great question. Man, it's been a journey, and I'll just say I've been trusting the journey, and I think that kind of what just allows me to come into it every single day with a positive mindset, just a smile on my face, because I know opportunities gonna come, And my first year didn't come, second year didn't come, and then you had some adversity, and everybody's journey is different, and I just kind of embraced that. My journey was what it was, and it's gonna be a challenging one, but we're gonna go through it, and we're gonna get out of it, and so. That was my mindset going through it, especially the injuries and all these things, the Achilles, Tyus has had that too. It's a journey because it's not like you just get better the next week or the next month. It takes some time. And so, man, it's been a growing experience, helped me grow as a man and spiritually. And I wouldn't take it or ask for a different route at all.
Did you ever deal with like doubt? Did you ever deal with like I just might be a special teams player for the rest of my life. I might never get that opportunity to show everybody what it is that I'm capable of.
I mean, you definitely have all those thoughts at some point in time. And you either can listen to it and believe it, and that's who you are, or you kind of just say, you know what, that's what the situation is right now, but I'm going to get better and get to the point where I want to be. And so, yeah, man, it's been a journey, though.
It's awesome to see, bro.
Yes.
It's awesome to see it.
I really appreciate you saying that. I think it's important for people to understand that the journey is different. Everybody's story is different, and that everybody's outcome is different. And then sometimes you just gotta, push a little bit harder, but you didn't stop. And I think that that's important to say. So I appreciate those words from you. Speaking of, adversity and change, this offense has definitely seen some adversity in the past, and it feels like they're trending in the right direction. Our good friend Ken McCusick is Ravens Film Study, I believe is his name. He does a lot of stats, and one of the things that he mentioned was that this year the Ravens red zone for touchdowns has been 80%.
80% touchdowns.
80%. Yes, clap it up. That's last year's average was 56, averaging 57%. So
around the league, like in the entire league.
Around the league, and
50%.
you guys are clearly ahead of the curve in that regard. So what do you consider to be different now than what you guys have done in the past?
It was definitely a focus point because you don't like it driving all the way down there and ending off with 3 points. And so I felt like we did that a lot last year. And sometimes we left a lot of points on the board because if you have 3 field goals, it's 9 points, and 3 touchdowns, it's 21. That's a big difference in the ball game. And so this offseason, we're really just focused on it. And we've seen the outcome of it. And so we just got to continue to do it. I mean, it's just a start, but we just can continue to do that.
I would probably just call that throw from Lamar to Mark Andrews, like every time. Tyus, imagine trying to defend. What do you do? What?
Honestly, looking at it, I was like, yo, I don't think you could have threw that ball.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a little
Tony
late.
played great. He
yeah,
dropped off.
it was literally
Like,
perfect
Little
coverage,
bit.
but I mean, it's just better offense, you know?
I
Kind of like
mean-
how they do in basketball. You could play great defense, but if Kobe hits a jumper over you, it's like, it's just better offense, and that's why I thought it was.
Bro, if you blow, I have no idea how anyone ever stops that.
yeah, that's tough.
And the crazy thing about that, when you watch it, right, is like Andrews is open probably 3 seconds prior,
Yeah.
and then the three defenders come around. So for him to, it's a late throw, but it's beautiful. It's a beautifully
Yeah.
risky throw that only Mark Andrews or the ref behind him, who was probably going to get hit in the head,
No.
can get it.
It's unbelievable, man. That was so cool. All right, so Tyus, it's week 5.
Which
It is week 5.
we waiting,
I know you can't tell us
Yo.
anything. We went over that last week.
but we waiting. You heard her. We waiting.
It's the week.
Huh?
It's the week.
It's the week.
Hey, man, who knows, man? Who knows? We just got to
Can I-
find out.
We just gotta find
What if I
out.
asked it this
Find
way,
out.
It's
right?
the Tyus Bowser Show.
Yeah, I know. We're going to find out.
Supposed to give us the tea.
Hey, good comes to those who wait, man. You know, I believe in that.
Do you feel, I know you don't have, this is not in your control. Do you feel like you could play a football game right now?
No.
Okay? Okay.
No.
But what about like in 3 days? Do you feel like you could play a football?
Hey, I'm telling you, if I could, I would. Simple
right.
as that.
All right. That's a legitimate, that's
Yeah,
a,
but I mean, I'm not gonna put myself out there if I know personally I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go out here and contribute
I
and help
understand
this
that.
team win. So, but I can definitely say I've been on the field, you know, moving, and you know, I'm feeling a lot more confident in myself, and you know, hopefully, you know, sometime this week I can get around with the rest of the team. So we'll see how that goes.
we would like to see that a
Yeah.
lot. That would make
We'll
us
see.
very
Yes.
happy to see that.
Yes.
We'll see.
Y'all make some noise, Tyus Bowser and Justice Hill, please. Join Grade 8's memorabilia and future Hall of Famer Marshall Yanda for a special meet and greet to benefit breast cancer awareness. The event will be held Saturday, October 21st, 11 a.m. at Wise Markets in Nottingham. Tickets are available. Grade8memorabilia.com with the number 8. When we come back in, we're talking about baseball fever in Baltimore. It's the postseason. We're talking about Justice going up against his brother. We got stuff we're going to dive into in segment number 2. This is the Tyus Bowser Show. Welcome back in for segment number 2 of the Tyus Bowser Show from Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. Glenn and Reeta, and would you please make some noise one more time for Tyus Bowser and Justice Hill? 1 week from Sunday, so we're talking about October 15th. Of course, the Ravens will be in London, and the place to be to watch the game will be right here at Guilford Hall Brewery for a Ravens London watch party. They're opening very early, 8 a.m., and if you go right now to guilfordhall.com, you can purchase a $25 all-you-can-drink Guilford beer ticket. Reeta, please remember you have to do the post-game show that day. Please
I'm actually going to be
remember.
getting the bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
So, yes, exactly. And so I will be doing that.
Yeah.
I will be here since they'll be open at 8 o'clock, and I don't live too far here. I'm just going to stop by, and I might be a
Maybe
little
end up still
saucy.
being here 8 hours later. Yeah.
Might be a little saucy on the post-game show, but you understand, because the bottomless mimosas will have kicked in by then. So
Get your $25 all-you-can-drink Guilford beer ticket again at guilfordhall.com and be here for Ravens Titans from London on October 15th. Place opens at 8 a.m. We love Guilford Hall Brewery. All right, so Tyus, obviously we know it won't be the next round. There still could be the whole Orioles-Astros thing down the road, and we'll deal with that as necessary when we get there. But in the meantime, have you sensed, like, around the locker room any amount of, like, Orioles fever? Are guys involved, invested, feeling it at all?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Oh, we got to do something about that.
I don't think so. But I know for me, like I'm looking forward to it.
You're.
I've been here for 6 years.
It's true. And you've been to a lot of bad. Tyus goes to games.
I go to games, people.
He's been to a lot of
I've been to
bad-
games when it was raining and ain't nobody out there. I've been to games where it's cold
That's
and there's
right.
only 20 people in the stands and we losing by 10. Like, I was there, and to see them doing good now, and I'm seeing all these fake Oriole fans and they want to pack up the stadiums now. It's all good, they only love you when you winning. But I've been there from the jump. But it's just nice to see them doing well now. It's nice to see the city. It's nice to see the vibe around the area. And I'm just looking forward to the playoffs this year.
I think I'm looking forward to most of you guys. So obviously, you know what it's like for the playoff vibe for football, right? You guys have been here. So you know that vibe. It's a little different, I think, when it comes to baseball. And I don't think that you've had the opportunity to experience that here.
I haven't, no.
So I think that's the part that I think you guys will get into, because we love the Ravens for sure, but they love the Orioles a lot here too. So it is very much equally a baseball town as it is a football town. So I can't wait for y'all to experience the Orioles and then hopefully the Ravens behind it, so we can get 2 parades within a 6-month period.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Justice, you're from Oklahoma.
I'm from Oklahoma.
Did you root for the Rangers? Did you care about baseball?
Believe it or not, I probably never watched a baseball game before.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do we change that? Who's
I guess I gotta tag along with Tyus now. He's been here for
Tyus,
6
get
years.
this man into a game. Come on
We're
now.
going to have to set something up, man. We're going to have to set up,
I don't even know how the playoffs work. Is it a series? Is it winner go home?
No, it's not. It's not like football. It's a series. It's like basketball. You watch
It's a
basketball.
series,
It's like
okay.
it's a series. So you got it.
I'm going to have to do
I'm
something
learning
where
now.
we get a suite,
That's the first step.
invite some of the guys and, just enjoy ourselves.
I was
think
actually
that'll be
wondering
good.
if guys, because I'm sure you have to deal with all the time people asking you for tickets.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if any of the guys were now trying to turn around and do the same thing right now, hitting other people up yo, can you get me some tickets?
And see, the thing is I always go to games and guys man, you don't ever invite me, you never, and I'm you never even want to come out, But, the one thing that I'm willing to
Call
do
somebody out. Who's a fake one? Who's one
I ain't
that you
gonna put nobody
please,
out there. But
you invited dudes out to games when the Orioles were bad, and they were all yo, I'm good. And then
I ain't gonna put nobody out there. But one thing I'm willing to do is, just as a brotherhood, just have everybody just come out and enjoy themselves. I'm all for, being around the guys, enjoying ourselves, and, I'm willing to go out of my pocket, for something, especially as big as the playoffs this year. So if guys is up for it, man, I'm definitely all for, making it happen.
You know, Reeta and I,
Marlon already said he wants to sing the national anthem for the game, so maybe we can get Marlon to get y'all in.
Actually, I've actually heard him practicing that. So.
hey, really? Are you serious?
I heard him singing it earlier.
Okay,
No comment.
I don't know if it was for that reason, but
I need a review.
he needs some more work.
No comment from me.
He said need more work.
Man, I think that's a really bad idea, but I also kind of want to see it happen. if
I'm
being
definitely
honest with you.
interested. I'm interested.
I want to kind of see it happen.
Ain't no way they're going to make that happen. I'm sorry.
No way.
Not in the playoffs, for sure. Ain't no possible way.
So Justin, if it's not baseball, what's something that, like, in your life, because we know Tyus loves going to basketball games. Like, he's constantly going, whether it's the Wizards or, like, local college basketball games around here. Is there something that, like, you're like, dude, if I got to spend $500 on a ticket, is there a concert, anything like that you love going out and doing?
I mean, now you put it like that, I guess I'm pretty lame, man. Like, I don't do any of that.
Really?
No.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I ran track, did a little basketball. Not like Tyus
No.
playing in college, but
Hang
I was
on.
in the church league.
Would Justice make the 5?
I've never seen Justice play before.
That
so
is the
I'm not
politically
sure.
correct way
I'm
of
not
him
sure.
saying not a chance in hell.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Hey, I
saying
got
I've
some
never-
game, man. I got some game a little bit.
If I see it, I can make my evaluations and be like, but I haven't seen him play yet, so we'll see. We'll see.
But but I'm from Oklahoma though, man. So we didn't really have that much going on
Ain't
out
too
there.
much going on
It
in
ain't literally not much. You just going to school, playing your sport, and then
Go
back
home.
home.
Go
And
home.
so that was me in college, and she was same out here. So yeah,
Same.
I need to get out a little bit more and do some more
What
things.
part of Oklahoma?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So you going to Tulsa Hurricane games and stuff?
See, I didn't go to any of them. Like, they weren't good. They weren't that good. So
He really did
just
nothing.
something to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
True.
He
I
said
want to
he
get out
had-
the
he had to
house.
get
I had
ready
other
for
stuff to do.
football.
Yeah, I had other
You like
stuff to
go
do.
fishing or anything? Like,
I don't even
much,
think they
man.
have water in.
Yeah, you see, you got a couple little ponds. I did go fish a little bit, but not hardcore like some of these guys. But I do a little something.
bro, you got to take this dude out and do something.
I got
Like,
to.
I gotta get out more,
Something.
man. I
I
gotta
got
get
you.
out more.
See, I got his number. I'm gonna have to use it. I got you. I got you.
All right, Tyus. So let's stick with the basketball because we know you like basketball a lot, right? And there's been a lot going on in the basketball world. I have to assume that you've been abreast of everything.
That's a great word, by the way. That's a great word.
So, Damian Lillard trade. Thoughts?
I think it's a good trade.
For who?
For who?
For the Bucks.
Yeah, probably not for the Blazers.
But then Drew Holiday signing Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for the Bucks.
So
Not the Trailblazers, because they didn't get anything really out of it besides DeAndre Ayton. And, he's a solid player, but that's not like a blockbuster trade.
So,
But who do
who's
you
the
have?
Yeah, who's the team to beat now?
who do you have?
Who's the team
Celtics
to
or
beat?
Bucks?
Yeah.
The Celtics or the Bucks?
In the East, of course.
The Celtics just continue to disappoint me in big time moments. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks because I know Damian Lillard is capable of doing it. He just haven't had the talent around him to make it happen. And when you got Giannis, you have a lot of other really good role players around him that can make it happen.
Middleton, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely believe in that.
I'm actually fascinated in this. Justice, do you follow the NBA? If you don't, do you even know, that Damian Lillard was traded to Milwaukee?
No, I saw that headline. Believe it or not, I did watch a lot of basketball.
Okay, all right.
So,
all right.
The last time I did watch basketball, it's been a while. Is when KD left the Thunder, Russell left the Thunder.
That was a very long time
I
ago.
used to watch it.
Almost a
Yeah, I
decade
used to be a
ago.
real fan. And then once they all left, man, I was like, you know what? This just ain't for me no more.
That was the last time you actually.
That's the last time I watched it, like NBA games.
It was like a legit decade ago.
That was a decade ago.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
been a little minute, man. It's been a minute. Hey, I told you, man, I'm pretty lame, man.
Man. I'm starting to wonder you walk into Justice's house on a Friday night. He's just sitting there staring at the wall.
I was staring at the ceiling, man. Eating some popcorn.
In the bed, just looking at the ceiling.
My recovery
Dark.
boots.
Can't see nothing. That's crazy.
Man, dude, that is.
We gotta get you out the house, bro. I think I'm gonna make that my mission, bro.
Take this man to a baseball
I'm
game.
gonna invite you
for
to a
sure.
few basketball games. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying this year. I got you, bro.
Yeah, all right, for sure.
I got
need
you.
to do something more around the city. I am a traveler though. I like to travel.
Okay.
But-
Well, you like to travel, so
Yeah.
let's get to that. Where is your favorite place to travel, both nationally and internationally?
I mean, each place is a new experience, and so it's my favorite. Every time I go to a new place, I'm like, dang, this is my favorite. Then I go to another place, I'm like, dang,
Last
this is my
place you
favorite.
traveled then?
Last place, we did our honeymoon in Greece, and we did
Beautiful.
Athens, Santorini, and Mykonos. And that
Oh,
was really,
Mykonos.
Yeah, Mykonos.
Oh.
That was definitely
Nice.
my favorite.
Yo.
That was an experience. I need to get over to Japan and do all the stuff that Tyus did. He made his experience
You're
look.
saying you didn't make the
Fun.
cut for that?
I didn't make that. I
You
didn't get
make
an
the
invitation for
invite
that.
list.
Shit, I barely made
Yeah,
the.
Tyus was not gonna play.
Hey, I got the call like EDC. Hey man, hey, we need an extra guy. You mind? That's literally how it was.
It was weird. They got there and they were like, "Welcome for everybody," and there was
Yeah.
nothing for Tyus.
No, they actually had something there, which I was very surprised with. But you know, I was just happy to be there.
Just happy to be
I was
there.
just happy
Exactly.
to be there.
That's what I say about my marriage most of the
Oh,
time.
my
Like I am just happy to be here.
Oh gosh, man.
Hey, what company has the expertise and technology to make your home substantially more energy efficient, comfortable, and even virus-free? It's AJ Michaels Heating and Air Conditioning in Baltimore and Annapolis at ajmichaels.com. Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box, and 105.7 The Fan. Justice, you owed your brother one, right? A couple weeks ago. You definitely needed that one back, correct?
Yeah, we're back 2-2 now. We played 3 times last year. I won the first one. They got the last 2, the ones that really mattered. And shoot, we off to a good start this year. So
Correct.
For those who don't know, who's your brother?
okay, my brother, he plays. His name is Daxton Hill. He plays on the Bengals. And yeah, we just faced off a couple.
This is awkward because the
weeks ago.
inclination from everybody was to boo, but then
Yeah,
they were like, "Wait, it's his
I was his
brother.
brother.
I don't know how we do this."
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna give him too much attention or spotlight. But he's a guy out there, number 23, and we play each other twice a year. So, yeah,
What's
it's
it
fun.
been like being able to do that these last couple years? Like, there's a few years difference, right? So I don't know how many times you've ever
Yeah.
been able to compete against your brother over the years. What's that been like to have that opportunity to go against him in
Yeah.
the NFL?
No, this is actually my first experience with it. We were on the same team my senior year, his freshman year of high school, and that was the only time we actually played together, but we weren't going against each other. And so this is actually the first time last year, like we literally went entire life never playing against each other or really on the same team. And then in 1 year we played each other 3 times. It was a crazy experience, man. And so now it still is a shock when we do play each other and like, dang, my bro really right, he really just tackled me. But it's becoming more and more normal.
Do you tell him you love him, like during the? Or are you like,
said,
bro? I'm.
the
are you,
field?
or do you talk more trash because it's your brother?
No, I always talk trash. Like even if it's not the game, I'm always talking trash. But especially that week, it's just 10 times more amplified. He usually don't even answer the phone. It's Haley. Like we were trying to FaceTime him, get some content on the Ravens page, and he didn't even answer. He said like I had to call him 2 or 3 times, and then he finally answered. Like I'm getting a massage, man. I'll call you back. Like, couldn't even get 2 words off. Like, he tried to avoid me during those weeks because
Okay,
I'm
but
talking big stuff.
How serious is the trash talk then? Like, are you? Because like,
It's
if you
just
say
big bro.
something about his mom, you're saying it about
About your
your
mama. That's your mama.
I do. You have siblings? You have any siblings?
What's that?
You have any siblings?
I do. I have a sister.
Oh, sister. I guess it's not
Yeah,
the same.
it's not the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
correct.
not the same.
It's not the
but
same. Yep.
It's just the same talk you've always done from when you were a
Yeah.
kid. You know, he's always the little brother, so you
Yep.
always just talk bad on him. And so he's used to it, but it still affects him. Like he still had that little brother syndrome when y'all doing the film.
What's the off season like for y'all after
Yeah.
like games, especially like last year when y'all played each other 3 times? What is that off
Yeah.
season like?
I mean,
Being around.
The good
He had
thing.
he had to wear you out, didn't
Nah,
he?
like the good thing he's not like a trash talker like I am, because I would have wore it out
Yeah.
the whole off season. But he actually didn't even bring it up at all, so it was smooth. But I've definitely been already talking about it since
can't
our
believe
win
that.
a couple weeks ago.
Man,
So-
all the years of being the little brother, he wins 2 games against you at the end of the year. He doesn't say anything.
Man, you think I'm quiet and stuff, but Dax, man, he's even quieter than me. So he doesn't talk any noise, so he makes it easy.
What a big miss that is. I got
Yeah, I know, right?
a lot of questions about your brother.
That's what I'm saying. Especially if I'm playing against him. Oh yeah, we talking. Man.
What
Big
about
stuff, huh?
how does the family handle it? Like, are there folks wearing
Yeah.
like the split jerseys?
Well, first, were they able? Do they come to the games that you guys play together? Which city do they go to?
Yeah, they come to both of the ones that we do play each other. Since it's only twice a year, and then they come to a couple of my games and then a couple of his games.
Okay.
But they make sure they come to those games when we're facing off.
So to Glenn's point that I think he was going to ask you, like, whose jersey do you? Is it like Travis Kelce's mama where she
You
got
said
it like
split.
dead smack in the middle?
Yeah.
Or-
That's what she does now. She does a T-shirt. It's not a jersey version of it, but it's a T-shirt version of it. It's the split number 43, then 23. She has a nice little design on it. But yeah, before they used to wear, mom would wear one jersey, and dad would wear the other jersey, and then they switch at halftime. But but yeah, now they stepping their game up a little bit.
I think I like that idea better.
Yeah.
I like that
They
idea
just switch
better.
it.
Shoot, boy, I don't know. What about, like, do you have anybody else in the family where you, like, check in that week? Like, bro, who you rooting for? Like,
Nah.
whose side you on this week?
Hey, they always tell you what you want to hear. So when they talking to me, they say they going for you, and they talk to Dak, say another thing.
Oh,
So.
man.
They ain't loyal. They ain't loyal. Go ahead, Reeta.
Yeah, so, we know now that you are, one of the featured backs on this team. We know that fantasy football is a thing, right? Glenn has forced me to play. We'll talk about that another day, but he has forced me. And guess what? I am 3-1 in the league that he forced me to play in. So there's that. Now, that being said,
So am
do
I.
you? Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you point that out.
Do you have people that come up to you now and it's like, I added you to my fantasy team because I need you to play this week. I needed you to play
I
hard this week.
I don't even know what fantasy is.
What? I don't
No,
believe
You know the crazy
now,
part?
now I think you're messing with
Non-zero chance it's true after what he told us earlier in the
I think you're
segment.
messing with us now.
No, I'm playing on that.
Oh, okay,
Nah.
exactly.
But no, nobody's actually said nothing to me in person about it.
Okay.
And like, obviously,
you
if
definitely
somebody
see some notifications
if it's just a
about it.
person on the street, you're gonna be like, okay, thanks, and move on. But like the awkward part is when it's like somebody in your life.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
bro, can you tell them to give you the ball like
I'm
5 more
saying.
times?
No, I haven't experienced that yet. I know people do though. I know people do experience it a lot, especially on social media. But yeah, I haven't had the experience in person yet.
All right. This past weekend on Sunday, Tyus, John Harbaugh recorded his 150th career win. It's the only, yeah, sure, absolutely, right? Only the 24th coach in NFL history to reach 150 career wins. Being a head coach in the NFL, there's a lot of scrutiny that goes on. Everybody's got an opinion. Can you tell everybody about like your experiences? This is the only head coach you've ever had in this league. What he's meant to you and what it meant to sort of celebrate that with him afterwards on Sunday. You weren't there. Never mind.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but I wasn't there. I mean, if you wanted me
No,
to...
we can start with you anyway. The rest of the question. We can
Okay,
go.
okay. I mean, just for me, just being around him for the past 6 years, it's just been awesome. Just him being a player coach, a guy who always puts his players first, who's always, making sure that, us as players is always in the best position to be successful, both on and off the field. And like you said, only, 24
It's amazing.
coaches have done it. And just to see what he's done is phenomenal. And, that goes to just the type of man that he is, the type of coach that he is that, demands greatness. But he also has a ton of respect. He also has a kind heart. He's also just a good man overall to, his players. And when you have a guy like that who's always, putting you first before anything else, I mean, how could you not play hard for that type of guy, that type of man? So, congrats to him. We definitely appreciate and love this man. He's given me an opportunity and, just forever grateful for him. So definitely happy for him.
Justice, I wonder, again, obviously you were there getting to celebrate it, but like we talk about going through trials, tribulations, and not knowing what your role might be. What's that been like being around John this entire time? Did it have anything to do with why you wanted to stick around in Baltimore?
Most definitely, the people here are unmatched, and you just hear from guys that've been on other teams and in different organizations, and they come here and they're like, bro, it's something special here, and nothing's like this. And I can see now being here for like 5 years, the things that he imparting to us, like all the things that Tyus mentioned, but even the messages he just gives us every single day, they're almost like you going to church every single day, getting a message, and it really
Getting you a word in today.
get your word in. Get your word in today, Monday through Monday. Seriously, and those things really help you grow and develop as just a player, and that's really the thing that has shaped the organization. And I think those things are extremely important. And I didn't realize that until I got here, especially being at other levels and playing for other coaches and seeing how they run it. I can definitely see why the Ravens has been the Ravens for so long. So
It's awesome. That is awesome. Would y'all please make some noise one more time for Tyus Bowser, Justice Hill. If watching football recently, for no reason in particular, has made you more interested in Taylor Swift, then Grade 8's Memorabilia is hosting a private screening of the Taylor Swift Eras Tour film, complete with a catered brunch, glam sessions, popcorn, drinks, and more. As you can tell, Tyus is fired up about being out there.
He can't wait. I know, Tyus.
Sunday, October 15th at Horizon Cinemas Aberdeen. Find out more. Facebook.com/Great8s Memorabilia with the number 8 or Great8smemorabilia.com. When we come back in, it's Pittsburgh week. We will talk about that next. It is the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 105.7 The Fan. Welcome back in here for segment number 3 of the Tyus Bowser Show. Press Box and 105.7 The Fan. Glenn and Reeta, Tyus, and Justice Hill out with us at Guilford Hall Brewery. How about we make some noise for Guilford Hall Brewery, by the way? We love this place. This has become, it was always a home base for Reeta. This has really become like a home base for all of us. I told you, the 15th, that's the day. Ravens in London, pre-purchase, $25, all-you-can-drink Guilford beer ticket. You got to go to guilfordhall.com in order to get it. And then watch parties for all of the O's playoff games. They're going to be doing happy hour specials during all of the playoff games. So if you are looking for Reeta in the course of the next month, you will know where to find her. She will be right here at Guilford Hall Brewery.
Especially since I could not get tickets to the playoff games.
Well, Tyus just said he's going to buy everybody tickets, so you're good.
I'm not on the team, but I can be the water girl that day if you need me to.
Oh, man. Justice, a couple years ago, I remember talking to you about being the barber in college, right? I don't know if everybody knows the story that you were like team barber at Oklahoma State.
Wait, what?
Bro, I was like that. I mean, I'm still like that. But yeah, being from Oklahoma and then being in Stillwater, we had no barbers in the city. And I started actually in high school because I had a simple cut. And me and my brother, we was just getting tired of going to the barbershop, having to wait 2-3 hours in the shop, not being right, messing up your lineup. And so I'm like, well, if we gonna mess us up, we might as well do it ourselves. And so I started doing it. And when I got to college, it was nobody cutting, and people was like, damn, who doing your tapers? Like, I was like, sure, I'm just doing it myself. And then I started, people were doing it. I was cutting people for free, and then started moving up, and then it was like a full-fledged business by the time I left.
So did you make did you eventually make money?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, that was the money I spent, and then we had our stipends and all that stuff still, and I was able to save and invest that, and so it was a good little hustle. And I mean, I retired once I got here, and so now.
So you haven't cut anybody's hair since then?
Tyus just found out today.
Yeah, I mean, I cut Gus a couple times, like when COVID came around. I cut a couple guys. Josh Oliver, yeah, I remember him. But yeah, I had cut a couple people, but they had to beg me because every time they asked, I'm like, I'm retired, man. You can go look on YouTube. I got video, Joel Platt. I'm cutting some guys, man.
Hey, man, let me find out, bro.
I'm scared. I'm like that.
Would you trust Justice to cut your hair?
I gotta see it. I was like
that, man. You believe
I'll just
it or
let
not?
anybody cut my hair now.
I was like that. I'll probably be a barber right now, bro.
But I've always believed in you, so it might save me a few dollars.
You cut your hair a couple times, didn't you?
I have,
Yeah,
but I mean, if you really like that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like that, dog. I'm like that.
You have to make that happen.
Yeah,
we might have to.
I
might pull the clippers out of retirement.
All right,
knock the cobwebs off.
Okay.
I want you to actually name a name this time.
Okay.
Who on the roster could most use a haircut right now? who needs it?
Most use. Actually, who? There's a couple people. Who you said, LeVar? He said,
oh my God.
LeVar he got his stuff straight. Actually, his rule, Tavius Robinson, he need a little touch up.
Yeah, he could use a nice little beard touch
Yeah.
up. He got good hair, so I could just see him,
Would you offer
getting it
your
braided.
services for free?
You said what?
No.
Would you offer?
No.
I'm talking about him. Would he offer his services? You said no.
Nah.
You said you got to pay for that.
You got to pay for it, man. Man.
Okay, so what?
Like asking Rachel Ray.
How much you charging?
Yeah,
How
what
much
were you
you
charging in
charging?
college, and what would you charge now?
What was I charging in college?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, each year, supply and demand, it was going up. Every year. So it was
Yesterday's
zero.
price is not today's price.
Today's price, for sure, is not a lot of people's range. And so, yeah,
I
man.
gotta assume you were a business major.
Finance.
I knew it.
Yeah, close.
What you charging though? I need to know how much.
Right now?
Yeah,
Minimum house call, or y'all coming to me?
I need both.
House call, probably $250.
$250.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, I ain't gonna have that many clients. Supply and demand. I'm gonna have my couple clients. They gonna pay me good.
What you need $250 for a haircut?
It's the experience
What experience?
of me cutting your hair. It's not gonna be like anybody.
You washing, shampooing, you
doing all that.
doing the razor.
You gonna get up and feel good. You gonna want to go out that day. You gonna go test the town.
Glenn, this is very interesting because back in the day, remember, like in the old days, like before you and I were even born, Glenn, football players had real jobs in
Yeah,
the
they
off
did.
season. So they were, they were whatever. They had skills and so you were going to be the barber. You were
It
going
was
to be
just-
the barber of the team.
Yeah, it just got me where I needed to do in college. It got me where I needed. And so-
Let me ask it this way. You said you retired. Is there any chance that like one day when football's over that like could you end up finding yourself back in that world somehow?
Not standing on my feet for 10 hours doing all that stuff, but I could definitely
Well,
own,
yeah, but if you
own
can
a
charge
shop.
$250 for doing it one time, then
Still not worth it. but I definitely would look into owning a shop or something like that. But yeah, I couldn't.
In-house.
Yeah, in-house.
No, how much in-house?
In-house?
Yeah.
You coming to me?
At the facility.
Oh.
Or
man,
wherever you at,
man,
at your house,
just
whatever.
150, man. Yeah,
Tyus is waiting until that word
Yeah.
starts. He's looking for free
Man,
fitting.
the
He's
normal
looking-
barbers charge $100 nowadays.
No,
bro.
they don't. They're not charging $100 for no
Like
haircut.
that. I'm talking about the good ones.
I know a lot of good ones that ain't charging $100 for no
I'm talking
haircut.
about the pristine ones. Top of
I've
the
been
line.
around pristine ones. You over here killing people, man.
Nah, hey,
I gotta be
Taking
honest
their
with
money
you.
out
I
of their
gotta make a
wallets,
living,
bro.
bro. I gotta make a
Rita, we've been doing this show
Life ain't that hard. You making good money now. You making some great money.
Get out of his
Yeah.
wallet.
I'm,
What you
I'm
doing?
just saying, $100 for a haircut?
You can't knock
You
the
paying
hustle.
$100 for a haircut?
I no.
It's a
Look at me. Have you looked at me? You think I'm paying $100?
I'm just
for a
saying. I'm
haircut?
just saying, man. I'm just saying. Would you be paying $100 for a haircut?
I have paid $70 for
See,
a
yeah.
haircut. I mean, wait. But are you expecting a tip after that?
No, that's
Okay,
that's the
makes
rate.
a big.
Okay.
With tip, I probably paid.
You paying 20 grand for a Lamborghini, man.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't have a Lamborghini, so of course I'm not paying.
Last week he was in his other Benz.
GT, the other Benz.
Yeah.
Hey, chill out, chill out, chill out,
You
chill out,
paid
chill
the price.
Chill out.
Oh,
And he paid the
man.
price, huh?
Read it. We've been doing
That's
this show.
gonna last me for a minute. A haircut is only last me for 2 weeks. If
You
it's
might
good.
find the girl of your dreams, though, with that cut.
Yeah. What if Zazie Beetz is there at the game?
That might be priceless.
It might be worth it, but I don't know, man. I
We've
don't
done this show for 3 years. I've never seen Tyus as worked up about anything as he is about how much
His
Justice is
haircut.
charging for a haircut.
just to let people know, I'm a very frugal guy when it comes to my money. So if I can find something for a better reasonable price, I will definitely find it. I promise you. But for
Hey, it's true.
$100, nah.
Supply
I'm
and
good.
demand, baby.
I'm good on
Supply
that.
and demand.
Demanding a lot.
Exactly. Low supply, dog.
I want to touch on another hot button issue. I am noticing, so I think all Ravens fans genuinely enjoy Marlon's post-game Instagram live videos. But I am noticing more and more that maybe not all Ravens enjoy Marlon's post-game victory Instagram live videos. Is that shtick? Or is that like, really, bro, what are you doing? I just want to sit on this flight and like not have a camera in my face right now and not have to deal with your nonsense at the moment.
I think it just depends on the person.
Okay.
For me, I'm just so used to it. I've been around him enough to know that he does this all the time, and for the most part, it's just all good vibes when he does it. So I'm cool with it, but I don't think I've ever really been around any other players or whoever that didn't like it. So I'm not sure.
Well, I can't tell if guys actually don't like it or if it's just all like inside shtick. Like, Marlon, I ain't going to talk to you.
For the
But-
most part, when I see it and I see guys on there, it's all fun. You know,
Okay.
you see Justin Tuck on there. You see,
I mean, he's the star of the. What do you go
Justin
into? You
Tucker's
go into the
Justin
trap.
Tucker.
You know, like that. The whole thing.
Yeah,
Man, like
he's just having fun with it, you know.
Racks
so
on
I
racks
would
on
think
racks.
that would be, you know, the normal vibe around the airplane. So
hey, he is the star of those. Justice, where you at? Have you been
Yeah.
invited on the Instagram post game
Yeah,
live?
a couple times he stopped by. I don't really give him too much time of day.
See?
You can egg him on, he'll get going, but I just give him a quick little, yeah, man, it's a great game, man. Keep it pushing.
see, I normally be with like PQ, so he like to come, you know, to the more higher level guys. And luckily I'm sitting next to him to where it's like, Tyus, what you got to say to the camera, you know? So I mean, I just try to be a part of it. Like I said, I'm just glad to be here. That's it.
I think Jadavian learned.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, Jadavian learned this week
people actually
you know
watch
that Marlon is Marlon, right? Because he brought her up, and Jadavian was like, "Well, F everybody who said that." He was like, "No, I made that up," and he was like, "Oh, my bad, I made that up." I'm like, I thought everybody knew Marlon by now, but Jadavian, I had to get a hard lesson.
Nah, he still new. So he still got some more observing.
He was really worked
yeah.
up about it too. Like he was
really
like, "F them."
He took it personal.
Hey, what company has the expertise and technology to make your home substantially more energy efficient, comfortable, and even virus-free? It's AJ Michaels Heating and Air Conditioning in Baltimore and Annapolis at ajmichaels.com. Tyus Bowser Show with Justice Hill, Press Box 1057, The Fan. We brought up Jadavian. Just give me a thought. What this guy's brought. I think a lot of people are like, it might not be the same guy anymore. Like he has really made an impact. And then Kyle Van Noy comes in this week, like right off the street. How difficult is that to do? I guess give me both of those.
Honestly, I'm not sure how difficult it is because, I've been blessed to be around,
You've never been in the spot,
I've
right?
never been in that situation, but, Kyle Van Noy is a professional, and, I played against him back in college, and just to see the talent that he has, I know he still has it, and, he went out there and was very productive, and then, Jadavian has always been that guy. I mean, from the South Carolina days, he's always been an impactful player, and he's just always had the skill set, and, regardless of what people say, people could say this and that about people, but these guys, I know for me, I've been around him during the off season, doing pass rush stuff, and that dude still got it. And only the people that's actually in the trenches, who's actually putting in the work, actually know what these guys have. And he shows it out there, And I'm sure he wasn't expecting to play this many plays, based off of the situation with a lot of us being hurt, but, he's definitely made his name known, in that building.
If you ever bring Jadavian out, I want to make it abundantly clear. I do a lot of stunts. I will not allow you to have him reenact the Michigan hit on me here that night. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that was
I don't
crazy.
care how much you donate to a charity. That won't. I don't think I would perish. I believe in that moment.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all know what week it is, right? We know what week it is, right, y'all?
Now this is where we can boo.
It's Steelers week, but I like to call it, it's really F the Steelers week. That's what it is. So, it's a family show, so I can't say what I really like to say, but that's
I
what
think
we are.
Terrell Suggs said it plenty of times.
Forget the Steelers.
Yeah, forget the Steelers. That's
Yes,
exactly
forget
what
the
it is.
Steelers.
Yes.
I'm just making sure.
Yes, he got the shirt on. That's the shirt that Terrell Suggs used to wear all the time.
Yeah.
So obviously this is a very storied rivalry. This young man has a tattoo of the same picture.
Oh, that is.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
That's
So
real.
that shows y'all how deep it is here, right? Like, it is a very heated, deep rivalry in this city. Fun, respectful, but deep nonetheless. So, guys, what is your favorite memory, or least favorite memory, that you have of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry? Justice, we'll start with you.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite ones is actually scoring one of my first touchdowns against them in the rain, my rookie year. And then the other one, we were up there in Pittsburgh. It was a close game, and Juju Smith-Schuster caught the ball, and then Marlowe punched it out.
That was
and it changed the whole game.
overtime.
Yeah, the overtime. That was my two that I really, really remember. And but it's gonna be a lot more great memories made.
Tyus, what's your least or greatest memory?
Yeah, I know. Earlier Zach Orr was talking to the team, and he just mentioned that you're not a Raven until you beat the Steelers and you made a play, in that rivalry, because there's so much story history, and I think Sis once said that when he was still with the team, just like, you're not a Raven until you made a play and you beat the Steelers, and we brought you here specifically to beat the Steelers. Like, we wouldn't have you here if you couldn't, And for me, the first time I want to say I played the Steelers, I sacked Ben Roethlisberger, and that was. And
people love that.
and just being a football fan and just having so much respect for Ben Roethlisberger, just being one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, and to just be on the field with him, to be in that situation, whether it was Sunday night or whatever, and to make that play, like, I still remember it to this day. And even in 2020, I ended up getting an interception from him as well. And I literally have that in the whole plaque, like, and I look at that and I'm like, man, I actually, caught an interception. I sacked this guy. And that's just one of the things that I never forget, So
It's cool, man. I'm getting goosebumps you talking about that, bro. Like, it's Ravens Steelers, y'all. Like,
Yeah,
that's
man.
what that is. That's what it means. Anything during a trip, and whether maybe it wasn't there, maybe it was somewhere else, but we'll wrap this week. When you go up there, our guy Chris Ruling from Grade 8 was up in Cleveland this week. He said he got, mother effed by every person that he bumped into.
yeah.
Do you remember any particular, like, heckle or interaction when a trip to Pittsburgh where you're like, okay, I'm not even gonna lie, that actually got me to laugh. Like, that was actually funny what somebody said.
Oh, man, I'm trying to figure out. There was a lot. I know for sure. I know for sure. But for the most part, it's been, very explicit. But nothing like too crazy that was just like out of the box, out of the blue. So
Justice, anything?
Yeah, no, I haven't really paid attention. I think I have my headphones in, going in. I'm not really out there before the game. I know Tyus go out there, throw the ball around, so he probably hear a little bit more. But no, I haven't
I just
heard
imagine that scene, like they're all giving you the middle finger and Justice like out there bopping, like, yeah, what's up?
and what's crazy is, like, I've actually thrown a ball. I normally throw the ball with the fans, and they would never expect that from me. And I actually gained a few fans from the Steelers that was like, you know what?
You say that, but I'm pretty sure the
I'm
next
like-
day they still hated it.
No, I'm dead serious. They were like, you know what? I hate the freaking Ravens, like, with a passion, with all my heart. But you gained a fan in me,
All
just for the
right.
fact that you're doing that. But then it was also like,
making friends with
You
enemies.
don't,
Exactly.
you don't-
Trying to
you don't
say-
like that, Glenn?
He's trying to say something nice about Steelers fans, so I'm not gonna.
I'm talking about from a football standpoint. Now, from the Ravens Steelers, it's like, you know what? Outside of that, I hate you.
There we
You know?
go. There we go.
There you go.
But you're a good dude, though. But you're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Y'all make some noise one more time for Tyus Bowser and Justice Hill, please. Justice, is there anything we can plug for you, man? Social, where people can follow you? Anything you got going on that we can plug for you?
I mean,
say-
I'm not promoting much. Maybe you can just follow me on Instagram or
I just said, is there anything that he's got going on like we don't know already? He has
Yeah.
absolutely nothing going on.
literally nothing going on. Just playing ball right now. Just focusing on that. So.
Hey, congratulations on stepping into this like awesome role and succeeding this
Appreciate
way
that.
this season,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you for coming out and joining us this
Thank you.
week.
Thanks for the invitation out, man. It's been a great time. Great meeting all you guys and seeing you guys.
Very good,
Good to
very
be out here
cool.
again.
Tyus, we will see you 2 weeks from tonight.
After another win,
Yeah,
After another win.
yeah, we request that.
claiming it in advance.
After London, we'll be back together on the 17th, October 17th. You can find out more about the next Tyus Bowser Show by going to pressboxonline.com/Bowser. Thanks to Superbook Sports. Don't forget, Glenn Clark 23 is the code, up to $250 in a same-day first bet match, win or lose. And also remember that if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. Reeta, love you. Tyus, always appreciate you, bro.
One more thing. I brought these gifts for you and Reeta. Just saying, happy birthday. I missed out on it. So just wanted to give y'all these.
It's a big bag, too.
It's just a few
It's a
things.
big bag.
Just a few
Man. Man.
Look at you.
Let me take a little peek.
Justice peeking in my bag.
Man.
There you go.
Now I'm
Make sure
afraid
there's no
I'm,
Birkin in there.
I'm afraid I'm going to get emotional again, man. Last time
little
Tyus gave me a gift, it was like the nicest pair of shoes I've ever seen.
That he won't stop wearing. He refuses. You probably got him on now.
He
I do
does
have
got
them on
them
now, actually.
He does
I
got
got
them
a
on.
signed
Oh my
helmet,
God.
y'all.
Just
Look
a
at
little
that. It's got my name on it.
It's getting a little cold, so I was like, a nice little Ravens hoodie. Doesn't
Dude.
hurt.
I'm-
I apologize beforehand because I was talking with the equipment people, and I specifically told them exactly how your name is written, and they kind of added one extra E to it,
That's all right with me, baby. I see it.
Yeah.
Man, I love you, bro.
Oh, this
Love you
is
too,
so
man.
I love you. Thank you, Tyus.
Reeta. is my name now, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how you would have to speak to me, with an extra E.
It's sort of like Reed, right? Like it's like everybody's chanting your name at the stage, like Reeta.
There it is. I love it.
Thank you all for coming out and joining us tonight. Thanks to Guilford Hall Brewery, Great Eights Memorabilia, Superbook, AJ Michaels, HellMyGamblingProblem.org. For Reeta and Tyus, I'm Glenn. This has been the Tyus Bowser Show.
She wanna give it 'cause she